So I'm curious, how did you go from nursing to real estate? Because they seem like two very paradoxical extremes. One is all about helping people, and real estate is an industry that's typically considered very cutthroat, very much about ego driven. What made you decide to become a real estate agent and get into that industry?
I was a scorned vendor, so I was, I was very interested in property, and I was doing properties up just out of interest, and obviously it's a way to get yourself up the ladder as well. And it was through my experience of selling my properties that I was treated in a way which I thought was, I was treated as if I was stupid, and I was treated with disrespect, and it wasn't a good experience yet. I enjoyed property, I enjoyed the whole process of it, so I could see how awful some people could be towards people who are actually going through a highly stressful time in their lives. And I thought, wow, I wouldn't do it that way if I was involved. I never dreamed I would join the industry, but I could see that there was an opportunity. And just in my studies, I was just finishing my MBA at the time, and I was working out what the next step was going to be for me. And I just thought, okay, if this is meant to be, there'll be a course for me to go and consider. And I went and I met a person in real estate who inspired me greatly, and they were a wonderful person, really good human being, and they were managing to build a business within a industry which is perceived as, the words that you've used, but the reality is when you're inside the industry, there are a percentage of people who are driven by ego and driven by self-interest. I don't work with any of those people. So I've managed to create a community within a community where, over time we are really moving it from being what I saw as a trade to a profession, and we're now attracting the people who are of like mind to build services for clients that they were and are seeking, just like I was when I decided that I would give it a go. And I knew from the day I went into real estate that if I liked it, I would want to own my own business. And so you had to do 3 years as a salesperson before you could own your own. On my third year anniversary, I opened my real estate business because I just knew it was a place where I could use my skills and my desires to help others, first and foremost our vendors and our buyers, to deliver a level of customer service they most certainly hadn't had before. And now it's grown to there's 80 people in our team, and we've got a great business where I see we are serving our community and providing them customer service as we take them through what is potentially a really stressful journey. It does not have to be that stressful, because there's so many layers of things that we do to help provide a transparent, trustworthy, reliable and consistent experience for them as we help them get a sale through competition. So it's completely different to what I experienced of the industry, and people just want to be treated nicely, and so the principles of what we do are so simple. Just treat people like they like to be treated, and we all know what goes around comes around. So over time we've just built this following, this community of people, salespeople of like mind. We've attracted new people into the industry just so that we can help people with their real estate journey, and of course off that it's amazing what builds. I've made a lot of friends through the journey that we've gone through, and I've been in many privileged positions as we've helped people through what for most people is a transaction. I see it as a business of relationships, and it's a lot of relationships have developed and lots of other opportunities have come off that into, we're literally building I believe in ecosystems of humanity. And so we've created an ecosystem of like-minded people around us, and it's just something which is really special, and it's growing.
Wow, I love that, the ecosystem of humanity, that the way that you special, because it seems like the core of your business is built on trust, and at the end of the day, even though there's, you're making a lot of money, there's people involved in it, and it's all about making those people feel like they're valued and helping them in any way that you can, and that's what's made you so successful.
Well, I believe by superior performance, the byproduct is that superior profitability can come if that's what drives you. It is not what drives me. What drives me is helping people as vendors and buyers to achieve the best without stress, and with an experience where there's a platform of trust so that they can make decisions that are right for them, and we just facilitate. We facilitate as they go through that journey, but also helping others, very much helping the people who come into my business now who want to be better at what they do, but but they also want to be better human beings. So we're all kind of helping each other by leading by example to be better human beings, support each other, and just be our best selves. So helping others started off with helping people who were sick in bed. What I've learned was that people were ill, and sometimes the illness was a manifestation of other things going on. So it's the other things going on inside our person. The people I work with, for example, the biggest thing that we need to work with is headspace and mindset. All the rest of it is quite straightforward. If people aren't in the right mindset, then nothing else, things don't work the way that they could work. And so it's a lot of what we do is mindset. And so I learnt that all the way right at the beginning. And I don't know, it's just evolved on the way through with the different communities of people that I've been privileged to sort of become part of.
One of the things that I found out that you do is you actually let people go in your company who are, even though they're high performers, they're not in the right headspace, and so you actually make that sacrifice to let them go.
Well, I play the long game with everybody because we all have good days, bad days, and if there's something going on, I will absolutely support people to work their way through. But we've got very strong values inside our company, and if they're going to step off those values over time because they really don't want to go in the direction of where the rest of our community is heading, then they can go and find a new community, and I have no problems with that at all, because we have got something very special inside with the culture of our company and how we look after each other, and we look after every member of our community. And the community's building. It's quite a following that's building, and it's become more of a global community as well, because like attracts like. So all these neat people are popping out of all over the world now, and we're so it's not just about real estate transactions. It's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. And so real estate does not define me. It's what I'm privileged to be involved with at the moment. So these new communities are building with different opportunities in business as an evolution of the core of real estate that we've started, but they are market making opportunities as opposed to predatory. And so it's about creating a market serving and then for what people actually want and need, as opposed to being predatory. And so the traditional industry that I work in is perceived as predatory. It is pretty much well deserved, because there are quite a few people and an element who are driven by ego and driven by self-interest. I don't even relate to those people. It's fine, there's a community there, but that community is actually finding it more and more difficult, because better and better people, better human beings are coming through, seeing a career and an opportunity to serve. So I can see the balance coming through, because I've met you that way. That's how I've met you, is like attracts like, and we find each other, don't we? And we build our own communities of support for each other.